first I'm going to introduce myself. I am Vito, a 3D designer here in Anitya. And let me share my screen. And it's been a couple of years since I do environment art, which is this area of world building, and it's very nice to have the opportunity to work and develop together with a team of a tool that actually helps people that were like me, that is like me, a designer that knows 3D but not necessarily knows a lot of coding and want to build easily gamified experiences, immersive stuff, either for clients or for self purposes as well. So that's why we are creating Anitya actually, and super nice to see that a lot of people are here with us now to learn together and to create their own stuff and tell their own story. So this is app.anitya.space is the domain that you need to enter to see this first page, which is the lobby page in Anitya. This is the home page in Anitya. Is the page that will help who enters in our website, and all the platform, everything that you need to do is actually here inside of this domain. So the builder is embedded here inside. The play mode is also embedded here inside. Our page is divided into those tabs in here that you can see in the left. If you want to keep this menu open, you can always click in this fixing pin button in here. And in the home page, you all will see a few of features, experiences that will showcase some of our interactions, some types of 3Ds that has different graphics, that has different styles, and also a few ways that we can create games and interactions like this train station or this e-commerce template. All those words, they can inspire you all on creating your own later. In the workspace, it's where you'll find your creations. Now I'm not logged in. I'm going to log in a while and show to you. And the template is, they are like starter experiences actually. Like those are some experiences that we have that are words with no media inside of it beside the 3D environment. So then you can populate those templates as you want. So sometimes you don't want to start from a blank space, you don't want to create your own terrain from the beginning, but some of those templates can fit into your needs. Maybe you want to make an art gallery, and then if you have like an art gallery template, you can already just like put your content without needing to like take care of all the word building process. The profile page is also after I log in, and in here we have a tutorials page that leads you to our YouTube with a bunch of tutorials teaching how to do more complex things in Anitya. So I'm gonna log in now. The login process is very easy. Actually, you can either do it with your email. I'm gonna do it with my Google account. Okay, and now I'm in, and now I can see my profile page with my name and also my workspace with three of my creations in here. uh, if you like, when you start a new experience, you have both the possibility of starting with a blank space, how I said before, and also in here is where you will select the template that you want to use as a starter experience. But if you want to check those templates first, then you just need to come to the templates tab, and then you can select any of those templates to see how they look like in the play mode, which is very important also for us to see how the play mode works in Anitya. So I'm gonna start by checking out the Ocean Pavilion, for example. Just need to wait a little bit for the loading time. Okay, you guys can see that it's pretty fast. In here, uh, to control the camera like I did just now, you need to click with the right mouse button once in the screen. And as you can see, my mouse cursor, like the hover, it's not appearing anymore because it's locked to the screen. And now I can easily control my camera. If you are using trackpad, you might need to be pressing like the bottom right corner of your trackpad, which usually is the like correspondent to the right mouse button. And then while pressing it, you'll be able to control the camera like I'm doing right now. And you can use double to move forward, S to move backward, A to one side, and D to the other, like I'm doing here. While controlling your camera, you see that where you face is where you're going to walk forward when you're pressing double. And if you want to run, you just need to press shift, and now you can start running. We have one pose that is not standing up, that I don't know, we might want to use it at some point, which is pressing Q, and then you will sit down, as you can see. To unlock the mouse, you just need to click again with the right mouse button, click and unclick. And to get out of this pose, you just need to come back to the WASD, and now you can start interacting with like this video, which is a media. This video actually explains how to work with this template here, how to use it to build. But one more thing, if you want to zoom in, you can zoom in to a first person view as well. If you don't wanna use the third person view, you can zoom in using the mouse wheel, the scroll into this first person view, and you can zoom out if you wanna see it a little bit more far away from the avatar perspective. So zoom in to first person, zoom out to see a little bit more far away. This is like just to show you guys a video control, where you can play a video,
This is the Ocean
listen to
Pavilion.
the audio, select a few things in here, and this is the main things that you will need to understand in the play mode of Anitya. Now, I chose this template. I like this template. If I want to use this to build my project, then I just need to come here in this use template button. And I can either do that, like checking out the template first and clicking here in the top right corner in the use template, or I can go directly to the new experience and choose the template that I want. So I'm gonna click here in use template. So now it's
Desde que
gonna,
você faça aquela manobra que eu fui a sua cobaia.
I think
Ah, da
there's
perna?
something with
Pode
the
deixar.
mic
Aquela.
that is, I can hear some feedback audio, some background audio, sorry. And okay, now I am into the editor mode in Anitya. This is not the play mode anymore, and this experience that I just duplicated will be accessible from here, from the workspace. Now you can see I have this Ocean Pavilion copy, which is another copy from the one that I already created, and then you can use it every time you want. I'm gonna select it here again. Just by using the template, it already creates an instance of this word in your workspace, and you will always find it in there. So just need to wait for it to load again. Okay, this is fine. First of all, I'm gonna hide those panels in here, and you can do it by clicking in those buttons in here, in the top left corner, as I just did, or you can use 1, 2, 3 as a shortcut in the keyboard to also hide them. In here, I'm gonna show you guys now the main navigation controls in Anitya. You can also zoom in and out by scrolling, as you can see. With your trackpad should be pinching to zoom in and out. You can rotate with the middle mouse button. This will orbit an object. So imagine if you have an object selected and focus it on it. You can do it by, for example, clicking twice on the object that you want to focus, like this one, or selecting and clicking F to focus, F for focus. And then you just need to click with the middle mouse button to be able to orbit the object. And again, now if you zoom out, it will still maintain the the focus in the object in here. Um, you can also pen if you use the middle mouse button plus shift. Pen basically changes your direction to the sides, up and down, but doesn't allow you to move front and backward. And we do it by pressing shift plus the middle mouse button, as you can see in here. The left mouse button is just for selecting, like I can select all of those assets in here. And the right mouse button, it enables the navigation type that I use the most actually, which is the fly mode navigation. I think that, like, for me is the best way to control, to do fine tuning, to approach an object. So you just need to press the right mouse button, and then the same way inside of the builder and in the play mode, use WASD to fly around your scene. You can press shift as well to increase a little bit your speed, but there is a better speed control while you are doing this, while you're flying. If you scroll in, you will increase the speed. If you scroll out, you will decrease the speed. So like for fine tuning, sometimes it's better to use low speed so you can like approach an object and get like really close to what you want to do. But sometimes if you need to like travel inside of the world or to make some cinematic cameras, then you can use with a little bit more speed. This will like each person will define their own preferences. So those are the main navigation controls that are important for you all to comprehend. With like these navigations, it might take a while for you to get like completely used to them all, but after you master those navigations, it will be very much easy for you to use anitya. And like for example, in anitya, one nice thing is that you can build very huge words. You can have words that are like incredibly big in the size, like in the scale of the word. Like it's an object here and the other very far away, and you can put like a teleport between those two parts. So sometimes you have an object that is very, very, very far away, like I did with this bench, and you cannot select it now or like press F. So there's another way to focus on the objects, and this will be using the elements panel. So no, now I need to find the bench. As you can see in here, this is the bench. If you're selecting the object that you want in the elements panel, which is this panel that shows everything that you have in your scene, in the left part in here, if you select the object that you want, now you can press F or click twice in this area here of the object, and then you will move to where this object is. So if you're building a very big scene, this is a very nice way to navigate in your scene without needing to be every time flying around. You can just like click twice to focus where you want. I just undo what I just did, which was by using Control Z. This is something that you can do always, or you can come here in this menu and undo or redo your actions. In the dashboard is where you will put the informations of your word. For now, the thumbnail upload's not working, I think, but let's say workshop word one, and now my experience has a brand new name. So I think that those are the main navigations again, and I will open for the first questions if anyone has a doubt. Feel free to open the mic and jump in and ask questions, guys. Like for real, don't mind interrupting me if something comes up. I see Octo is getting trouble with the login screen for the hunt. I think I was talking about the login screen for the Onitsha builder, actually.
Yeah, the treasure hunts
So,
it will be in the next hour. So this is about the
okay,
hackathon, about creating words in Anita. The treasure hunt is gonna be next. Okay, but I'll check with the.
okay. So this today we are going to be showing those basics, and next Friday I will be showing some nice interactions. I will prepare a word with a bunch of interaction types for us to take a look at. Now let's see this panel here in the middle, which is the library panel or the inventory panel. And in here is where you find like the building blocks of Anitya, like the assets that you will use in your Word, and it can be a media file like an image, a video, an audio, or can be a 3D object. Today, I will start focusing on the 3D object, so all those smart elements will go through that on the next Friday. If we have time today to also take a look at that, we can do it, but I will try to focus here on the those media types in here. In when you click on the 3D objects, you will see some assets that we currently provide as default assets. So you have in here all the assets together. You have the terrain filter, you have filter like for nature assets, you have a filter for architecture assets, furniture and appliances, character, and miscellaneous. Also some like random assets that can give a little bit of life to your word. So it's very easy to use those assets in here. You basically need to select the asset that you want to use and drag it into the scene. So here it is. Is there a limit to how many words a single person can submit for the hackathon? I'm not sure about this hackathon rule. I think Rodrigo and Pedro might answer this better than me. I know that there is a limit
Hello, hello.
here in Anitya, but for the
Yeah,
I got
so
frozen.
yeah, maybe it's your internet connection, right? Can you hear me?
Am I back?
Yes, you're back.
No, it was actually my RAM memory. I need
Uh,
to upgrade,
so yeah, so
but I will.
no, there's no limit, but we'll always consider the last one, okay?
Okay, I'm having this 5GL issue. Wait a minute.
Yeah, and Monster 18 said that maybe creating from scratch could be more could be better.
Okay, okay, so let me share again the screen. I think that now we won't have those issues. So yeah, this was like using one of the templates and managing the template from inside. But if we want to go from scratch, no problem. You just need to click on new experience and select the blank space. And I'm not sure why I'm having this already cleared my cache. Let me close and open Chrome again.
Yeah, it always work, right? But when we are live, things tends to go wrong.
Yes, exactly. Trying to close everything that I have opened beside chat.
So
Sorry, Gabriel. Okay, I think now. Nice. So this is a blank experience, as you can see in here, as you guys asked. This is a blank experience. You have this floor plan, you have the spawn point, the starting point. The starting point basically says where your character is gonna spawn, it's gonna born, let's say like that, when you play the experience. And we have the skybox with directional light. Those are the three components that you will always have when you start an experience in Anitya, because with this you can already press play and you can already jump into the experience. But adding the objects where we were before, in here, I will add a terrain since we don't have it in this world. So I will select this cliff and river terrain in here. And as you can see also, when I drag it to the scene, it snaps to the surface of the objects that I am hovering while I have it pressed. So I selected the cliff and river, and then anywhere that I put in here, it will snap to the surface of this floor plan. So here it is. The Clifton River is this terrain. I think that it is a little bit small considering my character size. So it's also a good way to learn how to use this colorful guy in here, which is called the Gizmo, the 3D Gizmo. With this Gizmo, it's a visual way to control these properties in here, which are the position, rotate, and scale of the object. If you just need to drag an object and you want to keep the snapping on, you can do it by using this gray sphere in the middle, as you can see. If you want to scale an object, you can do it using the cubes. You see that it has three different axes, so you can do it like only the y-axis, only the height, or only the x, or only the z. But if you want to scale proportionally, which is what I want to do right now, you can do it like by pressing shift while dragging any of those cubes in here. So if you press shift, you scale proportionally. If you want to move into like specific axes as well, you can use these arrows in here. And the other one is for rotation, as you can see. Those you can rotate your objects. You can always also come here and do this using the transform component in the properties panel. The properties panel, I think that as you guys can see now, it will show the properties of the objects or elements, images, videos that I am currently selecting. So if I select the skybox, it will show the properties of the skybox. In here, I'm using this image as the skybox. But if I want to replace it, and you guys will see that it makes a huge difference in the word vibe, then I can click on this area and select from the inventory any of those images to be used as skybox. And it already provides some of those skyboxes in here. I will select this desert dusk. You just need to either click to select when you click in here, or you can drag and drop. I think it's safer, to be honest, into this tab in here, which is written select from inventory. So I selected the sky dust. As you can see, it makes a lot of difference in the atmosphere of my word. So sometimes you are like not sure why your word is like not exactly how you want it to feel, and changing the skybox will make a difference. So if I want like a night scene, I can also do it by changing in here, as you can see. And if you want like a very clear day scene like this day ocean, everything changes around it. I will keep using my desert dusk in here. Inside of the skybox node, we have this directional light node, which works as a sunlight. So in here, you can, in the properties of this directional light, you can change some of those configurations like the color. It also makes a huge difference. difference. Sometimes you want to make like this psychedelic scene that has like a very strong color, and using the directional light to place this color over all your scene, it can help you with that. One thing that is important about the directional light, that it doesn't matter where it's positioned, it only matters how you rotate it. That's why you have this small arrow in here that shows the direction of the sunlight, because depending on where you point to, it will create different shadows in your world. And if you are using a machine that has enough power, it's nice to enable the shadows in here. This will make anitya renders real-time shadow. To see those shadows, you can come to the settings and select high or medium graphic qualities. Actually, this is something that I was supposed to show you guys first. Uh, Someone said that was having issues by loading the scenes because of their computers, but sometimes if you use the low graphic, it might help you, like, because it won't render real-time shadows as I am explaining now, and it will decrease a little bit of the VRAM usage of the scenes. So sometimes this will help for low-end computers. I'm going to use the medium now. As you can see, the shadows are a little bit rasterized, and if I use high, then the shadows are much more smooth. So, okay. Now, coming back to my inventory, I already showed the objects that you can uh, the, in here, that you can just drag and drop into the scene. Like for example, this bush, just drag and drop it, snap it to the position that I want. Or if I want, I don't know, those palms in here, also snap it to the position that I want. Then it starts to be like very easy to add stuff. Duplicating objects, for example, also very easy. If you right click inside of the object, you will open this menu that you can do a couple things. You can attach a component, you can duplicate, delete, show, hide, lock, or unlock the position. In here, I'm going to duplicate. So duplicating some of those objects. Now you have two palms. I'm gonna duplicate it again, and then you can already start creating a simple scene with the objects that we currently have. Let me delete this one. And if you want to group those objects and have a group with all of them to change their position together, you can select them, and then you can also right click in here in the elements panel, and you will see this new group button. When you click it, it will create a new entity with only the transform property, and then you can now rotate them all together, reposition them all together. I want to place it in here, for example. So with this, you can already start building a scene, even though it doesn't have now any interaction. It's enough to build a 3D space for you to navigate inside. So one very important thing that we need to talk about also is, if you want your character, if you want your avatar to collide with a terrain like that, if you don't want it to pass through the terrain, you need to click on the object that you want and enable their collision in here in the 3D object properties. This is something that I've seen people complaining in our chat, like, oh, I created my scene, but my avatar is falling forever because I cannot like walk in the terrains. Probably you just forgot to enable the collision of the terrain in here. Same for the trees. If you want your avatar to collide with the trees, then you just need to enable the collision of the trees now. So uh, now if I play this scene, if I play this world, I can already walk around, I can already collide with the trees, I can already climb this terrain and do stuff like that. I'm gonna play it, and then I'm going to come back to the builder and show the AI generation also for us to take a look. So let me play my scene for you guys to see. Okay. And you don't need to set up any character controller. You don't need to set up anything like that. It's already embedded in anitya. You just need to play it and it's able to actually play it to experience your scene. As you see, I am colliding with the tree, I am colliding with the terrain just as I wanted before. Now, one nice thing is that every experience in your workspace is shareable, let's say like that. It's enabled to be shared, and it's a multiplayer by default experience. So if you click on this share button in here, it will copy the link of the experience to your computer, and then you can already paste in a conversation or embed it in a website, and make people like come together, and we will see each other in here also play together. In a while I will share this experience in here, and then we can play together. Let me just come back to the editing. I want to share with you to show you all the AI tools from Anitya. Okay, just need to wait for my project to load, enabling the fly mode now. Here we are. And if you see this other panel in here that is hidden, if you hover, you will see AI generation. And with this AI generation, we can make a prompt to generate an image, and we can use this image to generate a 3D file. So let's say that I want a wood cabin, a wood small cabin. This is fine for me. Can be cartoonish, and okay, they all look very nice. You can select those images. You can click in here to see how they look like, to make it bigger. Okay, and I'm gonna actually use this and the first one to create two different AI assets. You just need to click in here in image to 3D, and if you want to actually do, should I stress test it now? Make two generations together? Gabriel, do you usually do it? More than one generation
It
together?
takes twice the time.
Yeah, so
I
I'm
think you
gonna
can
wait.
say that.
Okay, so after this one finish, I will wait for the other. While you can still keep building, and for that I will share this shader in the elements panel. I said that I wasn't using the elements panel today, but the smart elements actually today, but I am going to show you guys this water surface. Just because you can see there's a river passing by in my terrain, but it's only an like a static river, and Anitya has this water component that already has some setups. As you can see, it's already moving. And then one thing that I will suggest you all to do is to never change this scale in here in the water component, and only change in the size. So let me put 200 by 200 to make sure it will cover all my terrain. It's just fine. And you can set up like the speed of those waves. I think that it's too much now. And the wave strength, like I don't want it to have all this distortion in the shader. So let me say that I want 0.3. This looks already way better to me. I can see also that my character feet is underneath the water, and I want that in that case in here. And okay, it's taking more than expected, right? To generate the
No,
file, but
try closing and opening again. It's probably ready. Minimize. No,
close
no,
and
don't cancel.
open.
Yeah, yeah. That's see. Mm.
No, not really. Yeah, but fine, I will maybe cancel
No, no,
and
don't cancel.
start over, try another one. And here in the water shader, You can select also the color of your water. Sometimes you don't even want it to look like water. Let's say you want it to look like lava, or that you want to look like those, I don't know, any other liquid. In here you can change the color to make it. I don't know if you want to make yourself inside of a huge coffee cup, you could do it by using this uh, dark color. I want to make it a little bit more green because I feel that it makes everything more natural. And you can also select how much transparent you want it to be. You can check it by seeing your spawn point character in here. If you put 100, then you won't see anymore the foot of your character, but as you decrease, you start seeing what is underneath the water. The direction strength basically says the strength of the normal distortion in the water, the reflections, let's say like that. 4 is too small. I can use it like 200, and then it's too high. 100 might be fine for me, even a little bit less. Okay, 80 looks nice. And then you can see. And now with like seeing this, I feel that it could be even a little bit faster. So you can always like come here and set up your water shader like that. I'm gonna wait for this 3D generation. Usually it takes like 70 seconds. I'm not sure why it's taking more than that now. For me, it usually takes like 70, 80 max seconds
Yeah, it
to
really takes over
create.
50. Let's see. Maybe there's too many people using it right now, right?
Yeah, can be. Let's wait. Let's wait. Maybe it's just taking a little bit longer. Like it's crazy how you go like to live with more people and then those things starts to happen. This never happened. They never took like that much time for me to like being very honest with you all. Like more than, oh, 100 for it stopped it. I think now it's gonna nice. So it's done. You like could keep working on your project. You can also zoom in now to see how it's looking like on the 3D, and to place in the scene and placing also in your inventory. You just need to click in this save and place in 3D inventory button in here. uh, I'm gonna try again the other one while I put this one in the scene. As you can see, it's already on your inventory. It's already in your 3D assets, and
Onde é que eu tô?
it's also in your scene in here. I'm gonna make a little bit bigger. The nice thing of having a human character in here is that you can already check if the size of your assets are matching like the size of your character as well. Like the door needs to be a little bit taller than the character, can be even a little bit more. Like this is the nice fine tuning. And okay, this looks nice. And I will place in here next to those trees, for example. Okay, okay, this looks nice, but now my water is entering in the house. We don't want that. This is better. And let me put even less wave strength. Okay, this is better. So I have this house now. If I want to duplicate it, I can already do it and put another one here and start creating like my own village, let's say like that. It's nice because you can place like houses all around of the river bank, which like it will look super nice when you are here inside, walking with your foot on the water, but already seeing some houses. If you ask the AI to make an open house, I'm pretty sure that you will be able to get inside of one also, like a house with the door open.
Oh,
And
you can. It looks pretty good. And you can make
yeah,
parts of the
right. I
houses as
can
well.
imagine
Yeah,
that.
like Lego
Yeah.
blocks. Yeah, put them together.
And okay, I imagine that these 144 seconds will be the default for today. Uh, so I'm even gonna stress test it even more, man. I'm gonna go ahead, one more, keep making, keep coming, and place this other one. I didn't do it. I didn't do that, but you can like rename before placing in the scene, like house three. Then it won't like come with those crazy names. But I have house one. I have house one again, which is a duplication, and now I have house three, two actually, which was the second one. And okay, it's already starting to look very nice to me. My village. This is different. This one is so nice. Like you can make it, you can turn it to that direction. Place here in the river bench as well. And okay, maybe a little bit up. Look, I am all this time working without making it full screen, and I don't know why. If you guys prefer to use the full screen, it will give much more space for you all in the screen. You just need to click on this button here, and whoa, much better. And I will delete those other ones, and I will save and place my last house in the scene. Is it placed? Oh, here it is. Oh, this one came with like this part below, but I will just hide it underneath the floors. We always need to do like some work around, right? That's normal. And now I will put it in here, increase a little bit of the size, and it's already looking nice. So like those are like the main media types that we can use: images, objects, 3D, videos, and sounds. I'm gonna place one sound in this experience just to show you all. I'm gonna use this bird sing sound. If I press play, you will be able to hear it. Nice, right? It looks just fine. For me, it's awesome actually. And there are two types of audios that you can place in the scene. One is the global audio that will play like equally for everyone in any place that you are with your character. It's a global audio. It will play like stereo, and this I like to use for mainly for soundtracks and also ambient audios like this one. If I don't need it to be locally set it in some place, I'm gonna use the autoplay and the loop for this sound. And there is another type of audio that we have, which is the spatial 3D audio. The global audio, it doesn't matter the position, it can be anywhere actually. But the spatial 3D audio, it's very important that you take a look at the position. So let's say that I want an audio coming from inside of one of those houses. Then I'm going to place it in here. You can click on the properties of the 3D audio on show distance to say the distance that this audio will play. And what does this sphere means? It means that when I enter inside of this area, I will start listening to the audio. And as I approach to the center of the audio, it will keep getting higher and higher volume. And if I turn my head like left or right, it will also make a difference in how I listen, experience this audio. So this adds a lot of immersion to your scene to make conversations, or if you want to like make a place that you get out of a closed environment and get into a open environment, and then you place wind sounds, birds, audios only with those spheres, and then you can create all this audio configuration here inside of the tool. In here, let's say that I want this crowd laugh audio. I don't know, let's fake that there are a bunch of people inside of this house. Let's use also autoplay and loop. I'm not gonna teach triggers today. This will be for next Friday. Today is just those basics placements of medias. But as you guys can hear, if I move away, I cannot hear it anymore. If I approach it, I can hear it. If I turn right, it's on my right. here. If I turn left, is on the left here, and it's gonna be playing forever because it's actually looping. Now I already have a scene with a 3D terrain, with a river, with three different trees, four houses. Let's say I'm good with it. I will play it, and now is the time that I will share with you so we can enter there as well. I'm going to share here. Oh man, there are a bunch of messages. I wasn't receiving those notifications, but uh, yeah, more interactive stuffs next week. I will start showing how to use the Anitya components to make actual interactions, like behaviors and stuff like that. I just shared the link to this experience, so anyone that wants to enter that is in your computer, you can enter now. As you can see, I'm hearing the birds. Actually, I'm even think that is kind of loud. I think that like it could be a little bit less volume, but I can also hear the people. I forgot to turn on the house's collision, so you will be able to pass through it, but never mind, I showed how to turn on collisions. I will like come back and edit this audio volume. Those birds are like too noisy. Like I love nature, but come on, it's too loud. And let me just come here to my global audio and I will put 50% of the volume and all of my houses. I will enable the collision and this will be my final changes in this scene. After that, you have the link to play around if you want. I will play just to save it, but now I will finalize the workshop by leaving the link with you all, and you all can go there and play around a little bit. But this is like the basics that you need to learn to start placing things in there. Not interacting next week, but for this week, placing stuff like placing 3D objects. You can do the same for images, for videos. You will see in the properties panels there are video controls, audio controls, and any doubt that any one of you have, you can reach out to me, to Gabriel. You can ask in the public chat that we have here in the Discord. We are here like all the time to help you guys to like master Anicha word building. I see there's already one friend in here. And I think
Yeah.
that's it. One last thing, if you want to change your avatar, there is this button here. I forgot to mention that. Then you can select any of those avatars, those nice looking avatars that we have. I see you learn how to sit down. Okay. Vibing in the river. That's fine, guys. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, thanks, Vitinho. Also, just there's also a tutorials tab over on the inferior left side that is not completely updated. We're updating this session, but um, uh, there are already some tutorials that you can understand how to create these interactions like triggers and actions. You're gonna see there if you wanna already improve and start already improving your word for the hackathon. It's very well stimulated here from our side, and thanks you all for the presence, the attention, and see you next week. Hoping and very excited to see your submissions. That's it. Bye bye, guys. Keep up the good work. Create, build, share. Bye bye. Let's finish our live
There
for
is one
today.
more thing.
Thank you, guys.
I need to share the password for the earning program here for who participated on the
All
hackathon,
right.
right? Everyone who participated will receive 400 life points. So I'm gonna share the password here, created by Pedro, my biggest fan actually. The password is Vitor Rocks. We can all use it to earn your points, guys.
Yeah, so look for the specific quest for that on our rewards program. Victor Rocks. Thanks, guys. Bye bye. Have a nice day. If you want to see the treasure hunts, there's a post on our socials about that. That's it. Bye bye, guys.